In this video, I'm going to show you how I would build an audience if I had to start over from zero, from scratch. I'm going to do it in under 10 minutes. So let's get right into it. I'm going to share my screen here. The clock is ticking here. And I've created just a very simple Google Doc. I like to keep it super simple because why not? So this video already assumes that you have a niche defined, like you have something that you're striving towards, right? Like whether you're going to be a coach or you're going to provide a course or whatever it is that you're going to do, you have a niche, you have problems that you're going to solve. If you don't have that yet, I'm going to leave a link below to the business selection workshop, which will help you define what your business could potentially be based on the skills that you already have and based on stuff that you are good at, your interests, okay? Versus learning a brand new skill. That's what I teach you how to do. So do that first. There's a link down below. You can just watch that video and then you come back here and start from zero with no audience. And this is how I would do it. Now, real quick, just give you some credentials. I'm Brian O'Neill. If you've never been to my channel, I spent 25 years in corporate sales. I started a real estate business, which I ended up closing up for a variety of reasons, which I won't get into in this video. But I realized that the best way to make money, the fastest way to make money, is to use what you already know how to do. A lot of you watching will have corporate jobs. You'll have 9-to-5 jobs and doing something for a long time. You're already getting paid for your skills. Your employer's paying you for your skills. It's time that you did the same thing. You just need to figure out how to do it. And this is one component of that. So if that's a message that resonates with you, make sure you hit the subscribe button, notification bell, all that good stuff. All right. If I had to start from scratch, I've got about 4,000 email followers and about 75,000 followers across all platforms, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and it's taken me about 3 years to do that. But if I had to go and start from zero, this is how I would do it. And number one is I would focus on building my audience. And I would decide first and foremost, hey, do I want to speak or do I want to write? Because not everybody wants to talk. Some people just prefer writing. They don't want to show their face. They don't want to have to create videos. And either one of these options will work for you. Just decide which one you want. Pick one platform. This is the issue that this is the mistake that a lot of people make is they try to be everywhere all at once. So start with one. I would start with YouTube. That's me personally. But you can start with Instagram. You can start with TikTok. You can start a blog. You can get on a site like Medium and start posting content. You can even write on Facebook and Instagram because those platforms allow for that. You don't have to show videos. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing. Trust me. But pick one and then what you're going to do, talk or write. Then you just make content, right? You're either writing or you're talking and you do it consistently. This is not something that you do for a little while. You have to do it consistently. I'll give you an example of someone who is in my paid community, W2 Prison Break Nation, where we teach all of this stuff at a higher level and we have a community and we have a lot of interaction and courses and we just help. Everyone's lifting each other up. The gentleman's name is Michael, and 4 months ago at the time that I'm recording this video, he started an Instagram page and he had no followers. And his intent was to help referees, soccer referees, because that's what his skill set is. He's been doing it for 20 years. So he picked Instagram. He started, so I'm going to just give this out. So he does reels, text on screen reels. He does some talking videos. So he does IG. I'm just going to walk through this example. He makes content, 2 to 3 reels per day. Okay. And then he collects emails. What he actually has is a school community, a free school community, but this could be anything. You don't have to have a school community. This is his chosen route. He's been doing this for 4 months for free, no money. He has a job. He has a full-time job, but he does 2 to 3 reels per day. He went from 0 followers on Instagram to 9,000 in 4 months. And he's had several reels that have gone over 1 million. One's over like 6 million. And he has now 90 members. So he's up to 90 members in his school community, which is free. And when you sign up for school, you have to give your email. So he's got all these people in his school community. This is just one avenue that you can do this, but you can do this with just simply giving out some type of a lead magnet, or you could just build the audience. But at some point, you just want to you want to start collecting emails so that you can find out what your audience members want. And again, you're in the direction of, you know what you're doing, right? Like for example, I coach people I teach people how to build a business using their current skill set. Well, there's a lot of involved in that, but what's step number one? Step number one is figuring out what business to start, which is why the thing that I give away, my big lead magnet, is the business selection workshop, because that's step one in the process. And that helps people get unstuck, get some clarity, but then they still have to figure everything else out, right? And that's where I still give a lot of free stuff away, but that's where the paid community comes in. That's where my one-to-one coaching comes in. So think about step one in the process, and that's the thing that you're going to start giving away. Now, look, I've had a lot of lead magnets, a lot. And it took me a long time to figure out, hey, this is the thing that everybody wants, which is I need to know what business to start. And I've done polls and I've asked questions. I've worked for a long time, years trying to figure this out. This does not happen overnight. If you guys are watching this and you think you're going to light it up in 3 months, then you're in the wrong spot, because we're trying to build, you can catch the latest trend, MRR, PRR, all that nonsense, and you can catch the latest trend and maybe make some money. But if you want to build something and build a huge audience and build an email list, like, this is the path. This is what you need to focus on, and understand that you are going to do work without getting paid. I worked for 4 months in my real estate business before I collected a check. I worked for probably 6 months in my coaching business before I got my first client. And it was just doing all this stuff, right? Making content, goodwill, collecting email addresses, being on calls, finding out what they wanted. And then I gave them what they wanted. And I gave it to them in a variety of different forms. And I gave it away for free. And then when it became time to start asking for money, it becomes much easier. So to follow the example of the gentleman with the school, he's got 90 members. He knows what they want. He knows what the referees want because he's asked them. And now he's switching to a paid model. So his school community is free currently, but it's going to the paid model. And people are telling him what they would pay. So he asked them in a poll, hey, I'm going to flip it to paid on this date. You guys are all good. You're in here. He's got the 90 members. They're in there. They're lifetime members for free. And the new people who are coming in are going to pay. And the members that are in there are telling him in a poll, hey, I would have paid this. This is a fair number. And he also asked them in a poll, and I told him to do this, ask them why they joined and why they stayed. So he's got a whole thread of comments where everyone is saying, I joined this community because, and those are all things that he can screenshot and put on his about page. He can send those in emails. Those are testimonials. He can put those on his Instagram page. He's got all these people saying, hey, this is why I joined. This community is awesome. And now when you go to this point, which is to ask for money, it becomes so much easier. If you're just simply willing to work for free for a period of time and provide value. And that's the way you build trust, is by doing that, instead of just coming right out of the gate and being like, hey, I got this course, you need to buy it, or I got this $7 thing, or I got this $20, whatever it is. It's like, you got to build this first. You got to build the people that are going to say, hey, so-and-so, Brian, Jane, Michael, Bob, he, she, they're the man or the woman, whatever. Go get their stuff. That's how you do it. And then once you get to this point, you just continue to do all this. There's no reason. The mistake that brand new business owners make is like, oh, well, now I got to be on TikTok. Now I got to be everywhere. It's like, if this works, just do it better. Just do more of it. Get more leads, write more, make more content, collect more emails, and maybe charge more money. You don't have to start branching out and looking at all these other different things. Okay, I'm at 10 minutes now. I think I did a pretty good job. If you like this video, make sure that you leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your feedback and what I could potentially provide for you further. And I will leave the links to all the other videos in the notes. Thank you.